Welcome to the Blockchain Buyer channel. We're going to talk about Mark Cuban, Dallas Mavericks owner, and why he thinks digital assets are the future of business. Let's get into it. Long before Mark Cuban became a self-made billionaire, he was a kid growing up in Pittsburgh selling baseball cards and stamps, just trying to make an extra buck. Now, remembering those days helps him understand the next generation and its interest in digital goods and digital assets like Bitcoin. When I got to be about 15 and started going to stamp shows to add to my collection, I quickly realized that there were inefficiencies in that market. The same stamp was selling for different prices at multiple stamp dealers at the same show. It didn't take him long to realize that he could buy from one and sell to another. Cuban would buy a stamp for 50 cents and sell it an hour later for $25. He compared this experience to what has happened with Reddit. If you haven't heard about Reddit and Wall Street bets of late, and its traders buying GameStop and other stocks, artificially pumping the stock. Watching what has happened with Wall Street bets reminds me of those days, he said, of a subreddit that initially spread the word about buying GameStop stock, helping spark a frenzy. There are inefficiencies and traditions in every marketplace that have become so ingrained by the power players that they really literally think they are rules that most, if not all, participants will follow until they don't. Back in the day, it was a kid finding discarded items, cleaning them up and selling them on eBay, turning them into a business. But more recently, finding inefficiencies has followed an interesting path from purely analog. When I was a kid, you had to have something go somewhere and sell face to face or by mail, or use an intermediary like a broker, to using the internet and sites like eBay and other marketplaces to sell their physical goods. Now we are seeing the next step in that evolution with digital assets like Bitcoin and stocks being sold via apps or online and smart contracts. The kind of contract used in blockchain, Cuban wrote. What happens when literally anything digital can be a store of value? Although seasoned investors and experts are concerned by the GameStop trading frenzy and speculative trading, Cuban says it is the beginning of a digital shift by the next generation. Cuban predicts the next generation will find value in digital assets, from anything digital good, including any creation made online, to different cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ether, the cryptocurrency powered by Ethereum, which will be easier to maintain than physical assets, he wrote. To sell collectibles like stamps or cards, an owner must store them, keep them in pristine condition, protect them, and when selling, take a risk on when delivering them, Cuban wrote. Because much of the industry is person to person, there are a variety of other risks and costs introduced. All of these are expensive, time-consuming, risk-increasing, and annoying, he said. But with digital goods and digital marketplaces, you have all the fun. None of those risks, and the value is still set by the same laws of supply and demand, Cuban wrote. Of course, there are risks associated with digital goods, as fintech expert points out. Cryptocurrency, for example, can be volatile. Crypto supporters have felt this way for a while. Those who own Bitcoin say it has a store of value, but it has a store of value that can be used to hedge against the US dollar and inflation, for instance. Lately, Bitcoin has also gained support from bigger investors like Paul Tudor Jones and Stanley Druckenmiller, from notable financial companies like PayPal and Fidelity, and from Square and MicroStrategy, who use their balance sheets to buy Bitcoin. Although Cuban warns people to be cautious with cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, he has invested money into crypto himself. He also recently auctioned digital goods online, including a Mavs Suns game day experience video via crypto tokens called an NTFs, or non-fungible tokens. Each such NTF is unique and holds the image of the digital creation with all allocated data associated, according to the digital marketplace Mintable, which Cuban used for the auction. Cuban even owns a digital Maxi Kepler dunk moment card that he considers a collectible and just as valuable as a physical sports card. Although Cuban said he wouldn't sell his, other digital Max Kepler dunk sets have sold from anywhere from $35 to as much as $800 on the NBA Top Shot website. This generation knows that a smart contract and the digital good it reflects or a crypto asset are a better investment than old school see, touch, or feel uses, Cuban wrote. It took me collecting stamps and baseball cards to truly understand why this is true. Don't forget to post anything in the comment section, any questions, anything you got for me. I'll try to answer them as best of my ability. And I'll see you on the next one.